All right, I think we're on it, whatever it might be. Yep, we are on, guys. We're on. Here we go.
Some fish are legendary, some are sacred, and some will test everything you've got. Across North America, indigenous tribes have fished these waters for centuries, carving traditions, ceremonies, and survival from every catch. Now, we travel deep into their ancestral homelands to uncover stories behind the fish that shape their cultures, and catch some absolute giants along the way. From the raging rivers of the Pacific Northwest to the untouched lakes of the Great Plains, we're hooking into monsters that fed generations and diving headfirst into the traditions that keep them alive today. I'm Robert Jacobo, and this is Indigifish, Tribal Tales. Are you ready to chase something big?
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Indigifish. I'm your host, Robert Jacobo, and we are out here at the cliffs in Palos Verdes today. It is an area we have not fished yet, and I'm super excited because this is actually closer to that Point Vicente Interpretation Center where they really talked about the Tongva people. And so I can only imagine that this is one of those areas where the Tongva people, the people of the earth, would find themselves fishing and kind of going after those abalone shells and things that are a little bit closer to the surf as opposed to things like whales and stuff like that. So I'm super stoked to get myself out there to see what the conditions are like. I've been hiking in this area before, and I know there's a lot of kelp. There's a lot of obstructions that we're gonna have to be able to navigate. I have myself my drop shots. I got myself my jigs, my Kaivo jigs that I'm looking forward to using. And I have a couple of poles with me. So I got one pole that is my Daiwa pole with my Garrett reel lined up with 65-pound braid. And then I believe it's like a 40-pound mono leader, right? With 20-pound mono little wings coming off of the side. And then on top of that, I got another GXT pole. That one is a simple pole from Walmart. We also paired that with our Shimano reel. And we're looking to get out there and see what we can do as far as working that drop shot, as far as working that Kaivo jig. So come along with us, guys, on this adventure. It's definitely going to be one where we're hiking all over the place and just really getting a good workout throughout the day. So anyways, stay tuned. All right, guys, so welcome to the office for today. Check this out. Yes. And we're going to be coming out down here around this area and try to get to those spots so that way we can go ahead and fish some of that deeper water, right? And I don't know if you can tell, but there's definitely a lot of kelp in the area, right? So that's a lot of places where our line can get hung up. But you know what? It is what it is. That's what we're out here to try to navigate, try to become a better fisherman that way. So that way we can learn and understand how to better fish these waters. Kind of like the Tongva people had to come out here and learn and understand over centuries of fishing and navigating these waters on how to do it just right. So, you know, I'm not out here to be an expert. I'm out here to learn, just like some of you guys that are out there. And for some of you guys that are out there that are experts in regards to fishing areas like this, would love to hear some more information on how to become better at it, right? So if anything, guys, I'm loving this. Look at how far down this goes. So it's really a testament to these people that used to come out here and really fish in these areas. It's amazing. So anyways, guys, I'm really excited and I can't wait to get out there and get on the water. So let's do it. Let's get out there and let's catch some fish today. All right, guys, stay tuned. All right, everyone, wish me some luck. We got ropes here actually that are able to help us back up and down. I'm gonna see if we can't get some better vantage points. I'm seeing some good drop-offs over in that area. And with the tide being more so at like a tidal slack, I think we might have some good luck in that spot. So let's see if we can't get over there. And then also too, I can see over here, things start to kind of open up. Not too kelpy, there's still some kelp in that area. Now, I'm looking over there as well. So as we look over there, we can see kind of the beach open up and stuff. Now, it is rocky and everything like that. So I want to give these tidal pool areas a chance first before going over to the beach, and really making that effort there. So anyways, guys, let's get to it and let's see about making it down this hill in one piece, yeah? All right. All right, guys, so welcome down to this tide pool area. Now, as you can see, a lot of these rocks, now keep in mind too, I'm in hiking boots, guys. So like, even though I'm wearing board shorts, I'm in hiking boots. I'm trying to be as safe as possible, minus wearing pants. But as you can see, the water and stuff like that continues to rise up, right? And it's really nice to be able to come out here and observe these tidal pools. But also too, if you are gonna do stuff like this, you gotta keep in mind that tides can change very rapidly, right? And so you wanna always err on the safer side of things and really be cautious, because, you know, it just takes one good sized wave to knock you off your balance. And a lot of these rocks and stuff like that, as you can see, are pretty sharp, right? And they can knock you off your balance. You can get injured really quickly, you know, and, you know, worst comes to worst, you can actually get trapped down here if you're not really paying attention. So anyways, guys, I just wanted to share with you, you know, the beauty of this view, because it is something that is remarkable, to be honest. And now what we're doing is we're gonna go up to this point right here, and we're gonna go ahead and see what we can observe from that area. What I am looking at is a lot of crabs and stuff like that that are kind of running around on the rocks. I haven't seen anything too crazy or anything like that regarding like if I were to use for bait. Actually, let's see, right here, we have ourselves a little crab and he's just in there. Let's see if we can even catch him or if he's gonna run away from me. This guy was like just limp, pretty much eaten from the bottom. Throw him in that pool right there. Let's see if something goes ahead and has another snack of him. We have anemones down here. Oh yeah. It is a really cool sight to see in these tide pools. So anyways, let's get up to our fishing spot. We don't want to burn too much time before that tide starts coming in. So anyways, guys, stay tuned. Let's go try to catch ourselves a big one. All right, guys, so we made ourselves down here, right? And to be honest, I'm looking at it. I can't say anything is more than maybe about 6-7 feet in depth in the general vicinity before you start getting out to these really, really deep kelp beds. But if I throw out there, what's gonna end up happening is I'm gonna end up like, because I'm not just straight dropping it, I'm gonna have to throw it out there. It's gonna drop to the bottom, and then when I retrieve it is where it's gonna be getting stuck on things. And so today I just much rather not be losing a bunch of lures and a bunch of weights and a bunch of hooks. So if anything, I think although this might be a really good spot at a little bit higher of a tide, I think we're gonna pack it up here and let's move over to the next spot to see if we can't get some better, clearer water where we can do some action and see about getting some fish. So anyways, guys, let's get a move on. All right, guys, so along our walk, we're seeing these little guys right here, right? And so they look like kelp, right? They kind of have the same consistency and stuff, but actually what these things are shark eggs. So I want to find out exactly what shark it is, because I think it's like a horned shark or something like that. And what they do is they lay their eggs kind of within the kelp. They are floating there and stuff, and so that way predators kind of get mixed up and they don't necessarily eat the shark eggs, but a lot of them end up washing up on the beach. But this one, it's just a dried out shell of one, right? So the shark egg either, you know, died or dried up and while it was on the beach. So anyways, just wanted to share that with you guys. I thought these were really, really cool when I first saw them. So anyways, let's keep going. All right, guys, so I think we found our spot. We got ourselves some nice sediment over here that's coming up. The rocks are kind of crushing on top of each other. On top of that, I got some bird friends that were kind of waiting around this area. So I'm just taking that, right, as a sign of like, if there are birds in this area and they're kind of waiting for that surface bait fish or anything like that, I'm gonna see what else may be lurking under there that might be eating those bait fish, or if this just happens to be a resting point along their journey for the day. So we're gonna go ahead, get rigged up with squid on my dowel pole and my Garrett reel. We're gonna get it out there and let's see what we can come up with, guys. So stay tuned. All right, guys, so we are geared up. We got our shrimp on the line now, very small hooks for the most part. I just wanna see if there's anything in here. And I don't wanna start off by having too large of a hook that something small is not gonna be able to get into its mouth. So obviously we wanna always be searching for the big guy, but if we can get a couple smallies to start off today, that's always good as well. So I'm gonna aim right over that way because I have a kelp right there, I have kelp right here. Kelp kind of slowly making its way, but let's see if we can't get it out there, guys. All right, guys, I think we may have something on the line here. So let's see about pulling it in a little bit, because it feels like we're getting tugged on the rocks. Now, I also think it might be that big piece of kelp that was out there that was just tugging us along. So, because the bottom, from what I'm feeling on my sinker, is full of rocks. Yeah. And it looks like that's just what it was. All right, guys, we're on something. And it's on the drop shot. We had the 2 zones. Let's see what we got. It looks like we might have got ourselves a lobster or something. Yeah. There you go. Nice little fighter there. Now, for myself, I do love lobster. I do love eating lobster, but I don't know if necessarily it's the season for these guys right now. I do see a lot of like lobster that's out there, like all over the rocks. People cook them and eat them and stuff like that. Like you can see a shell like right down there and stuff, right? But for this guy, I'm gonna just go ahead and get him unhooked, get him sent on his way. So but hey man, this guy was actually a pretty decent fight there. So all right, guys, so little spiny lobster, right? His antennas are all spiny and stuff like that. For the most part, a lot of these guys, they spearfish these guys and stuff. Oh. All right. I mean, personally, I've never really grabbed a live lobster before, so I don't even know what I'm in store for or what. So I kind of want to be careful because I don't feel like getting hooked, right? So now I got a pretty good hold of him for the most part. Let's go ahead and grab our pliers. I could feel those spines on his antenna. I kind of just had to let him do his thing, right? Like I could feel him as he was nibbling on it and stuff. Hey, bud, you got to let it go. I'm trying to get you off, right? I could feel him nibbling and stuff like that. But for the most part, you just kind of had to let him run with it. So anyways, let's see something really quick. Guys, we got the skunk off the back. We got ourselves a nice spiny lobster, right? Let's go ahead and get him back in the water, right? With all those spines, I don't think I'm gonna give him a kiss, but this was a good guy to catch. Obviously, I see a lot of his brethren and stuff like that sitting on the rocks having been eaten. So I think that's one thing that he's definitely worried about. But we're gonna go ahead and get him sent off in a good way. So anyways, guys, say bye to the spiny lobster. And we got the skunk off the back. So thank you very much, bud. Anyways, guys, stay tuned. We're gonna keep fishing this spot. Let's see if we can't get another one. All right, guys, so we've made it kind of like around the cove, right? So we actually started out way over there. And now we've made our way around, about right over there is where I caught that lobster. And then we made ourselves around all the way this way. And now we've come to this like port. It looks like some type of storm drain or something like that. Water rushing down kind of gives it a little bit of a break, right? And then goes from there. Let's go explore. Let's see what's even in here. Yeah, it looks like a storm drain. So, there's all kinds of crap down here. But you got all kinds of graffiti and artwork in here. Now, and the storm drain that goes up, giving off some Jeepers Creepers vibes, right? But anyways, just thought I'd share that with you guys on our journey, what we got going on. And so, looks like from time to time, people might camp out here or live here or fish from here and stuff. So, but anyways, just wanted to share that. I thought it was a really cool place. As far as like the artwork and everything like that, even though it's graffiti, some people, they might see it as something that's like uncultured or something like that, right? Or just an eyesore, but hey, art is different to different people, right? The beauty's in the eye of the beholder, just like fishing, right? Like a lot of people would look at fishing and be like, I can't sit there for 4 hours. You know, what drives you to do that? And it's like, hey man, you know what? It's just beautiful to me. So I guess this artwork is just a reminder of that, right? So it's just like, this is beauty, right? Getting to be out here, getting to enjoy this, and getting to connect also with nature, especially like when I caught that lobster. First time I've ever caught a lobster in my life. And so it was just something that was really cool. So anyways, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go kind of back towards this way. Now there's this spot called Dale's Corner over here, from what I saw and what I read on some of the like the memorial items and stuff like that that are there. We're gonna go just to the side of that over this way. And because I saw that it was kind of clearing up. Now the kelp is starting to move towards me. So I wanna kind of be in that clearing area while I still can. And then after that, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and pack it up and call it a day. But let's see if we can't catch something else before we do call it a day. So anyways, guys, stay tuned. All right, so it's roughly about 12:13, 12:15 in the afternoon. And seems like the waves have kind of calmed down a little bit. Nothing crashing too much on the shoreline. And it's just relatively a nice calm day. Sun's out, the clouds are moving in a little bit, giving us a little bit of cloud coverage, which is great. We just had that lobster not too long ago. And now we have our line in the water. And man, it is beautiful. I gotta say, like, we have to really kind of be appreciative of the things that we have out here. Because, wow, like, if all you did was this, like if this is the life that you absolutely love, which is fishing, I mean, you're alone on a beach. Not a lot of people are gonna come out this way because it's rocky, right? You have the opportunity to catch fish all over the place, or lobsters or crabs or sharks or whatever you wanna catch, you know, and on top of that, it's a constant learning curve, right? So you're constantly learning new things, new techniques, and there's so many variables that are involved that when it really comes down to it, it's almost as if this stuff is by chance. So it feels like I'm getting a bite right now, actually, speaking of which. So let's see if it turns into something. Felt like a nice hard strike on there. Could have been like another lobster. It also could be kelp, so. I have a couple circle hooks on there, so if something's gonna bite and take it, then they can go ahead and bite and take it. There's no reason for us to get overexcited. There it was again. Let's tighten our line up a little bit. All right, I think we're on it, whatever it might be. Yep, we are on, guys. We're on. Here we go. All right. Just as we were just having like our nice little motivational conversation. Oh man, and it just came off. Wow. Let's see, because I have 2 baits on there. Well, I had 2 baits on there. So let's see if it might come back again in that general area. But yeah, no, I felt it just come right off. Oh, that was tough. That was tough. That would have been our second catch of the day, but you know what? It is what it is. Let's go ahead and get our line. Let's get it redone and then get back out there. Yeah, ended up taking the bait off the top end. So this is the rig up that I'm using, right? Job shot with little egg drop sinker. And that thing, man, when you flick it, that thing flies, that sinker. Quite honestly, I feel like that might have been a lobster, because it was giving me some nice strong kicks. And it just felt like as it was pulling through, right, it was a little erratic. So, you know, just from like the stingrays and stuff like that I've caught in the past, I haven't really felt like they get too erratic or anything, right? Like for the most part, I feel like they know they're caught, they try to go to the bottom, and then it is what it is. But with this one, it was like, he was just kicking all over the place. So I'm gonna make a guess that that was probably a lobster. Which, hey, that's cool. We love them too. All right, guys. And I like to fold my my squid, kind of get it on there. Now these hooks that I'm using, they're not really that big, right? So they're pretty tiny. And that's so that way whatever's out there can get the hook in its mouth. We're not always catching giants, guys. We're not always catching giants. So, you know, to try to have like a giant hook on there all the time, it's almost pointless, because everything's gonna be just eating off that hook and not engulfing it in their mouth. So anyways, let's get back out there. Let's cast it out. Let's do our thing. All right. Let's keep our lines tight, guys. Come back to you in a minute. All right, guys, we are on something right now. I thought it was just kelp dragging us out, but it's giving me some flutters. Got another lobster. Let's see if we can't get this guy in. Remember, all that power is in that tail. So we want to get him out of the water as quickly as possible. And there he is. But see how easily he just came right off the line like that? Yeah, yeah. All right, bud. Let's go. All right, guys. So catch number 2, lobster number 2. He's trying to get us with that tail for the most part. That thing is all power, all muscle, right? That's what we eat when it comes to, you know, having lobster tail. Delicious, right? So, whew. There we go. Flipped him over on his back there. Beautiful animal, beautiful animal. We got ourselves a spiny lobster there. You can see his horns.
right? That guy definitely means business when he's aggravated and stuff. We're gonna go ahead and get him back in the water. But for the most part, our second catch of the day, second lobster of the day. So right here in this cove, I'm gonna guess a lot of people catch a lot of lobster because, I mean, you're even looking at a lot of people have taken lobster. I mean, this guy's literally looking at this dead lobster like, dude, what are you gonna do to me? But don't worry, little buddy, we're gonna get you in the water. So anyways, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get him in the water. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up our stuff. We might cast 1 or 2 more times, but for the most part, we're gonna go ahead and call it a day. This is definitely a nice little treat. So anyways, guys, let's get him in the water in a good way. Take care, stay tuned. All right, guys, so we threw our line in the water another time. And so what we ended up getting was a juvenile leopard shark here, right? And so we're gonna get this hook out of his mouth. We don't wanna have him out of the water for too long. But we also wanna make sure that we get him off in a safe way. All right. And so there we go, guys. Got ourselves a nice juvenile leopard shark. And this guy, you can tell, he's got a lot of power. So we've caught ones bigger than this, right? But beautiful, right? He's got that nice mouth right there. And that thing is just picking things straight up from the bottom. They stay in these kelpy areas too, right? They like it there. They definitely have a home there. But yep, so juvenile leopard shark, that's our third catch of the day, guys. And it just seems that things are popping as the tide is starting to roll in. So let's get this guy off in a good way. Mwah. Definitely not as spiny as the spiny lobster, but has that rough skin. So, mwah. Say goodbye. Later, guys.